Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Sentient beings are numberless. We vow to help them all. Delusions are countless. We vow to see through them all. Opportunities to awaken are infinite. We vow to embrace them all. The Buddha way is endless. We vow to embody it. Greetings all. We'll start with 15 minutes of seated meditation. We'll chant the Gatha on opening the sutras. This Dharma, incomparably profound and minutely subtle, is rarely encountered, even in hundreds of thousands of millions of ages. Now we see it, hear it, hold and maintain it. May we completely realize the true mind of all Buddhas. All right, so tonight we are fortunate enough to have a Dharma talk from Amalintha Huamin Pereira.
Today, I would like to talk about some teachings of Zen Master Matsu, how we can relate to some of his teachings and use them to enhance in our practice. In his sermons, he talks a lot about the way. In the famous book, Sun-Faced Buddha, Moon-Faced Buddha, he says, the way needs no cultivation, just do not defile. If one wants to know directly, ordinary mind is the way. Just like now, whether walking, standing, sitting, or reclining, responding to situations and dealing with people as they come, everything is the way. So basically, he refers to all activities in our day-to-day life, even among people, not just in isolation. Because as bodhisattvas, we need to be among people to save beings. Not an easy task. To develop balance and equanimity, first, there are some things we must do as preparation. We then take the boat to the waters. We can look at our activities and break them down to various situations. We can then isolate some things such as like chores and rituals, the mundane things that we do very hurriedly or find boring and not important, like making a cup of tea, ironing the clothes, just walking. There are actually great opportunities for this preparation. How can these small things be so special? There is a beautiful dialogue between the Nandammadina and husband and wife in formal A life. It refers to the three types of sensations: pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral. Goes like this. Whatever is experienced physically or mentally as pleasant and gratifying is pleasant feeling. Whatever is experienced physically or mentally as painful and hurting is painful feeling. Whatever is experienced physically or mentally as neither gratifying nor hurting is neither pleasant nor painful feeling. Visakha asks, in what way is pleasant feeling pleasant? And in what way painful? Dhammadinna answers, pleasant feeling is pleasant in remaining and painful in changing. Painful feeling is painful in remaining and pleasant in changing. Neither pleasant nor painful feeling is pleasant. That means the neutral feeling is pleasant in occurring together with knowledge and painful in occurring without knowledge. Which means that as long as we do not know the value of neutral sensations, we always suffer. This self-awareness we undervalue in small activities in our day-to-day lives is actually the ground that we lay for wisdom to occur. There are opportunities. to strip away ignorance layer by layer. Looking at this way, we can now fully understand the words of Master Matsu. Not clinging to pain or pleasure does not mean one has to be detached or distant or unfeeling. It means that we just do not go to the two extremes, because going to those extremes means becoming emotional, a breeding ground for defilements to cloud our minds. Bodhisattvas use two hands to raise beings, wisdom, and also compassion. For right view to happen, our minds must be clear to see the correct situation, the correct relationship, and then function correctly. This point of balance is so powerful that some teachers refer to this point as the point where you can break away from the 12 links, from the samsaric cycle. The link between sensation and craving, which leads to grasping, bhava, and so on. All these seems very easy because most times we struggle and stumble. And we should, because nothing is permanent. Even the neutral feelings that we talked about just now, that makes us so insightful, nothing is permanent. We must not even pin our hopes on them, like painful and pleasant sensations, they too change. But as awareness and wisdom develops, you see this impermanent nature, and we'll be able to capture this as soon as it occurs. For me, Master's teachings gives us freedom in a world where Dhamma is presented in so many conceptual ways. There are lots of literature and teachings of various teachers, and sometimes that sometimes confuse and discourage us to really practice. One day, Tatu comes to see Masu and says, I have come here to seek Buddha Dharma. And Matsu says, that which is asking me right now is your own treasure, perfectly complete. It lacks nothing. You're free to use it. Why are you seeking outside? As we begin on the path, we go for refuge in the three jewels, Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. They are the outer refugee, the external refugee. As bodhisattvas, our ultimate refugees are trikayas that we all have within us. Mind, speech, and body that can be transformed to the three kayas. However much we try to draw margins and separate the three jewels, we cannot do so in a conceptual way. Even this body of ours can sometimes be our dharma, which tells us so many teachings. And the next time it can also be our sangha, supporting us to practice the way. They are all immersed in our dharmakaya, like the great sea where all identifications and traces of individual rivers disappear and become one. Master Masu often emphasizes on not creating karma, be both good and evil. His teachings on non-dualism are seen not practical or conventional enough in reality. But as I said earlier, there is a lot of noise, too many thinking going on these days about the Dharma, so many sources that has increased our dualistic thinking rather than taking a direct message of things we are carried away by too many analyses, which has actually taken us away from direct experience. These are degenerate times, short lifespans, declining health, diseases, war. We don't have much time. For me, Master Masu's teachings puts us back to the basics. A firm, no nonsense reminder about the value of this fleeting moment. Right here, right now, whatever you do, don't get personal because everything is just an illusion and a dream. Like Master says, we have been standing long enough. Let us take care.
Thank you for your teaching, Malintha. I love it when it ends with, "You've been standing long enough. Take care." It's one of the great "I'm done" kind of statements that Matsu was famous for. So we'll go back to another 15 minutes worth of seated meditation.
Excuse me, Reverend.
Yes.
Can you please add a name to the list of dedication? Is it possible?
Sure. Why don't we do that after we do the
Okay.
Heart Sutra?
All right.
Okay. Mahaprajna Paramita Hridaya Sutra Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, when practicing deeply the Prajna Paramita, perceives that all five skandhas are empty and is safe from suffering and distress. Shariputra, form does not differ from emptiness. Emptiness does not differ from form. That which is form is emptiness. That which is emptiness, form. The same is true of feelings, perceptions, impulses, consciousness. Shariputra, all dharmas are marked with emptiness. They do not appear or disappear, are not tainted or pure, do not increase or decrease. Therefore, in emptiness, no form, no feelings, perceptions, impulses, consciousness, no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no color, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no object of mind, no realm of eyes, and so forth, until no realm of mind consciousness, no ignorance, and also no extinction of it, and so forth, until no old age and death, and also no extinction of them, no suffering, no origination, no stopping, no path, no cognition, also no attainment, with nothing to attain. The bodhisattva depends on prajna paramita, and the mind is no hindrance. Without any hindrance, no fears exist. Far apart from every perverted view, one dwells in nirvana. In the three worlds, all Buddhas depend on prajna paramita and attain anuttara samyak sambodhi. Therefore know that prajna paramita is the great transcendent mantra, is the great bright mantra, is the utmost mantra, is the supreme mantra, which is able to relieve all suffering and is true, not false. So proclaim the prajna paramita mantra. Proclaim the mantra which says gate gate paragate parasamgate bodhisvaha gate gate paragate parasamgate bodhisvaha gate gate paragate parasamgate bodhisvaha. Who would you like to add, Malintha? You're muted. You're muted.
Okay. Sorry. It's Sharon. Sharon.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Anybody else for the personal dedications?
Peyton.
Peyton?
Yep.
Okay. Have our personal dedications of merit now. All sentient beings are of one seamless body and pass quickly from birth to death. We remember those who cared for us and who are gone, those who are ill, those who are at war, who are hungry, and who are in pain. May they heal and have peace. We would especially like to dedicate our service to Mike Gingy Wood, Sharon, Peyton, all sentient beings in the directions subject to the greed, hatred, and delusions of themselves and others. All Buddhas throughout space and time, all honored ones, Bodhisattva, Mahasattvas, wisdom beyond wisdom, Mahaprajna Paramita. I just wanted to throw in something a little bit different this week since it is the equinox and there was at least last night a full moon. So it seemed like this would be a good time to have a very short purification chant, the Huayan purification chant. All our evil karma committed by me since of old, on account of my infinite greed, anger, and ignorance, born of this body, mouth, and thought. Now I atone for it all. So your karma has burned up like dry grass.
The full moon. Oh, sorry.
Life and death are of supreme importance. Time passes swiftly by and opportunities to awaken are easily lost. Strive to realize your true nature. Do not squander your time by night or day. I'll just extinguish the candles. Great. Well, thank you for coming, everyone. What were you going to say, Robert?
I was just going to say something.